Trump calls De Niro sick, demented, after actor's criticism. Hillary Clinton to testify in congressional Epstein probe. CEO of World Economic Forum quits after Epstein ties come to light. Ex-U.S. Treasury Secretary to resign from Harvard over Epstein ties. U.S. President Donald Trump has sharply criticized actor Robert De Niro, calling him sick and demented, after the Hollywood star urged Americans to resist Trump's administration. In a social media post, Trump attacked De Niro and questioned his judgment, while also criticizing Democratic lawmakers. The comments came after De Niro spoke on a podcast earlier this week, warning that the country is in danger and encouraging Americans to stand together and oppose Trump's leadership. De Niro, a longtime critic of Trump, said people have to resist and called the president's actions harmful to the United States. The exchange highlights the ongoing public feud between Trump and the outspoken actor, who has repeatedly criticized the president in recent years. Former U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Clinton is scheduled to testify behind closed doors before a congressional committee investigating convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Clinton is expected to speak to lawmakers in Chappaqua, New York, but she has said she has little information to offer. She has also accused Republican investigators of trying to shift attention away from President Donald Trump's past connections to Epstein. Hillary Clinton and former President Bill Clinton had initially refused to testify, but agreed after lawmakers threatened to hold them in contempt of Congress. Bill Clinton is scheduled to testify separately on Friday. Committee leaders say interview transcripts will be released publicly later. Bill Clinton has acknowledged flying on Epstein's plane several times after leaving office but denies wrongdoing and says he regrets the association. Investigators say Epstein also visited the White House multiple times during Clinton's presidency. Epstein died in jail in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges. U.S. authorities have released millions of pages of Epstein-related documents, revealing connections with business and political figures, though investigators say no evidence has implicated Trump in criminal activity. The investigation continues as lawmakers try to clarify Epstein's network of high-profile contacts. The president and CEO of the World Economic Forum, Jorge Brende, has announced he is stepping down from his position after more than 8 years in the role. His resignation comes weeks after the forum launched an independent review into his past contacts with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. U.S. Justice Department documents showed Brende had 3 business dinners with Epstein and exchanged emails and text messages with him between 2018 and 2019. Brende said he regrets the contacts and did not want the issue to distract from the forum's work. An independent review found no new concerns beyond what was already known, but Brende said stepping down was the best decision. Brende has previously said he did not know about Epstein's criminal past when they first met and wished he had investigated more carefully. The forum confirmed that managing director Alois Zwingli will serve as interim CEO while a permanent replacement is chosen. The case is part of wider scrutiny into Epstein's connections with global figures, including Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, and Elon Musk. Epstein died in jail in 2019 while awaiting trial on sex trafficking charges, but investigations into his network of contacts are still ongoing. Former U.S. Treasury Secretary Larry Summers has announced he will retire from teaching at Harvard University at the end of the academic year. His decision comes amid continued scrutiny over his past contacts with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Documents released by a congressional committee showed ongoing personal correspondence between Summers and Epstein, although no evidence of wrongdoing has been found. Summers had already stopped teaching and taken leave after Harvard began reviewing individuals mentioned in Epstein-related files. He also stepped down from a leadership role at Harvard's Policy Center during the investigation. Last year, Summers also resigned from the board of OpenAI, saying he was deeply ashamed of his association with Epstein and wanted to focus on repairing personal relationships. Summers, a former Harvard president and senior government official, will remain on leave until his retirement becomes official later this year.